Let's talk money. Lots of it. Let's talk Minecraft. And let's talk servers. Do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants. There's sugar everywhere. So, last night was interesting, but let's go ahead and talk about it. So, a few members from Mojang last night came forward and said that there will be changes to the Terms of Service, or the EULA, that we all know Mojang has. But there were only general comments in which it regarded, all of which could potentially change the future of Minecraft servers in a very serious way. Now, I do like playing devil's advocate. I like showing both sides of the story because this isn't just a simple problem or solution kind of thing. It's something that's been brewing for years within the community and it's been widely accepted. Now, since this will be two-sided, I'll go ahead and start out with Mojang's side and describing exactly what happened. And all those reference links to what I'm talking about are down below if you guys want to do your own research. But also be sure to like and subscribe so that more people know about this change, and try not to freak out as much. Or freak out more. But time to make sense of it. So alas, the storm kicked off last night, and it came to people making petitions, to the Mojang servers being DDoSed all night so nobody could log in. All in retaliation for just a little bit of something that was said but not fully described. And then when it was already a little too late. I'll explain. So Mojang's Terms of Service, their EULA in it, says you cannot sell anything we've made, which includes but not limited to modified versions of the game or parts of it. This is pretty much a main gray line that I'll be talking about, as this entire thing has a few gray lines in it. Now, even though this has been written up by their lawyers, it has still been loosely handled and never enforced fully, at least publicly that we know of. Well, if you watched last week's Minecraft Monday show, you'll know that I started talking about the storm that was brewing because Mojang started talking and responding to a lot of people in regards to this before today. And it all revolves around servers selling kits and items in game, or coins and fake currency for real life currency. So they're selling a part of the game or modified version of it. Now, we all know this has been a norm in the community for years. In fact, the community has built a backbone on it, and what we know Minecraft as today, a lot of things have happened because of the money involved and people were able to put forward to making servers happen and crazy cool ideas. Not everybody does cool stuff for free. So, thus, this has become a norm in the community and Mojang has never reinforced this. But, like anything in life, when you give somebody an inch, they're going to take a yard, and Mojang has been insanely relaxed on this. So about within the last year, we started seeing servers really take advantage of this. Some servers offer $1,000 kits all the way up to $10,000 US. Sad part is they're selling them. If you want pets to follow you, a couple $100 there if you want an iron golem too. Or would you like to be unbanned from a server after being a douchebag? You can pay for that. So Mojang has turned a blind eye to a lot of things in the community, and this isn't going to be one of them anymore. As you can imagine, when they found out about this, they were not happy about what's been developing and created based off their leniency. And of course, this isn't the first time that we've seen them be so lenient. If you guys recall, when Google approached Mojang, Notch, they said that, hey, you could get a cut of every one of these Minecraft YouTube videos if you want. And Notch said no. Within seconds, one little switch, he said, could have millions. So all your big favorite YouTubers that are getting tons of money for doing what they love, Notch let them help keep that money. But I digress. What else happened that really threw Mojang off last night that really made people come out and say, listen, we need to do something? Well, for about the past year, Mojang has received a massive increase in server complaints. And pretty much a lot of them are just misguided or aimed at the wrong direction. But the fact is, they're making Mojang look terrible. They've received tons of emails about parents not understanding why they were charged $200 for something. No. Talk to the server, not us. We're Mojang, they're saying. Misguided tweets to return their money because they were banned from a paid server. And countless emails of kids stealing credit cards from their parents to pay for outrageous server kit cost. Blah, 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 blah. It goes on forever. Typical gaming stuff. But what Mojang is mad about is that they could have prevented a lot of that. And overall, they're just tired of it. So when Mojang realized this is not what they wanted, they all had a big meeting. And the quote specifically, they said that after some discussion, they came to a point where it would be nice to not allow certain things, but no way to allow other certain things without risking certain server owners abusing the system. So it's really hard to punish those bad eggs who are taking advantage of the system, but still allow the good servers who aren't getting outrageous. But here's the interesting part and that gray area that's kind of developing again. Quoted, "So we opted to enforce our existing EULA and adding a section that explicitly allows server owners to make money in a way we consider not bad." But overall, that whole sentence was sent into an open Skype chat, which was then quickly pasted on Reddit and all over the place, and then chaos ensued. Of misunderstanding, of name calling, and things back and forth, and you don't understand, and this and that. To the point where the Minecraft servers were all offline last night. And that's one of the biggest main things to take away, is that they are going to add a section that explicitly allows server owners to make money in a way they consider not bad. Was that elaborated on? No, so it's still a gray line and it's very opinionated. It also could be very biased if certain members of Mojang don't like certain server owners and things like that. There's a lot of bad blood in the community, and how people from Mojang or other things developed over all these years and how people came into play of where they are now. Who knows? People are always accidentally or subconsciously biased, but the main point is that there is a huge gray line that people don't know about yet. Ultimately, it's also the loophole that server owners need to know to keep business as usual. So, things do have a chance of never changing, but it could rein back those servers that are just completely bonkers. If there's one thing Mojang didn't do right, it was after all these years, they didn't actually enforce the EULA and be more upfront about what wasn't accepted. Now, before I switch back to the other side, I just want to finish up with this one and say, without question, the EULA that's in place isn't allowing any server and could allow no server to exist on some kind of form of payment. You can in no way give any kind of transaction for anything in game, real or fake, something you coded, whatever, on a server. But Mojang has created a standard, and that standard has changed, and now they're looking at it and say, wait, we don't like that at all, so now we want it way up here. So without question, servers have always been pretty much illegal unless if they were donate only. That's without question, there's nothing to argue about that. It's in the EULA. Take whatever gray line you want out of it, take it to court, pay a lot of money for a lawyer, but either way, in the end of the day, yeah, not legal. So they are trying to figure out a way to have you make legitimate money with their EULA without crushing and killing the system. And let's turn the tables now to the other side and making points for the server owners, the players, and people from the community. Well, the internet has been insanely voiced last night, again to the point of DDoSing Mojang, completely unnecessary and doesn't solve anything. They have money to take care of that. But the main point, I think, is the ethics and the fact of Mojang digging their own hole. We're all a community and we've been in it for years, and I've never done that with any game. So we've seen it develop and grow fast as hell and go crazy. And during that entire time, there have always been standards and things that were accepted, and that Mojang has been pretty transparent when it came to talking with the community, and to the point of even Notch posting on his blog saying that, hey, trolling videos are okay, after other Mojang members told YouTubers that no, they weren't okay. So there's a lot of miscommunication. But in the end, that standard is still created here, and it has been for, over 3 years. I'm roughing in time that, really servers started accepting money in this kind of pay-to-play kind of thing. So now ethically, is it right to all of a sudden change the community in one foul sweep and say, hey, we no longer accept this? I mean, this is exactly the same way if they went ahead and said, you can no longer make YouTube videos of our game. Holy hell, you know how many people would be outraged about that? Realistically, this is the same thing. Because when it comes to people's jobs that are on hand and money that they're making, yeah, people are going to fight tooth and nail to make sure they keep that. Everybody knows server owners put in insane amounts of work, most of the time for free. And it doesn't help when we got these bad eggs over here making everybody look bad, selling $1,000 packages all the way up to $10,000, being greedy as hell. But who pays attention to that group of people in the majority? No, everybody pays attention to the drama guy over here causing a bunch of trouble. And now you gotta change everything for that little guy over there for now everybody. Way to shit on the codes. We all know server owners are insanely unique coders, always have to adapt with all the Mojang changes on the fly. They're always making new mini games, reliable matchmaking, hourly updates sometimes, and bug fixes. Also customer service, and all the kids and people you gotta put up with. Not to mention how time consuming all of this is. So you need one hell of a well-oiled team to do so. Now that doesn't come easy or free when you want that kind of quality service. Some people even say it's what makes Minecraft popular. That's an opinion. The constant update of mini games and servers to play on with your friends. Nothing develops more and faster than Minecraft servers in reality, because look how fast Mojang has changed over the last year. Look at all the changes and new mini games and crazy things we've seen come out of the woodwork over the last year. And you can play those. And I'll just throw some numbers at you, but servers are expensive. Now, in a perfect world, we would all love to have money donated to us to do what we love. But that's not how economics works, or first world countries. The term starving artist exists for a reason. Can servers live off donation only? Of course! But they don't last very long, and very rarely do any. Or it's not as strong of a community as it could be. Everybody has jobs, school, all that jazz. Well, they don't have time to run servers 24/7. For free or get free staff members. Not to mention they die off in general because of DDoS protection. It's a dirty server world out there. There's companies that pay other people to DDoS servers just to get rid of them. Not to mention they're gonna die because of DDoS protection. There's a reason why I don't promote my server, is because of that. My server is donate only, but the minute I put it on the Minecraft Monday show and tell you about it, pow, that sucker's going down all day every day. Yeah, not fun. It's a pipe dream to expect the quality of servers that we have now and mini games existing within our community and the awesome new content always being created and not expect them to get returned for all their awesome work. Now let's talk some numbers. Typically every server company is going to say, hey, we offer the lowest amount of money for the most. Yeah, of course, everybody says that. And then you throw DDoS protection on that, blah, 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 etc. But some numbers. If you want a 500-person server, DDoS protected, like I'm talking about, can actually hold its own, then you got about $400 a month. That's 500 people, that's a lot. Not really, because a lot of those servers have 10,000 to 30,000 people that play on a server. A bunch of these exist, and one or two of those are those really sour eggs, taking advantage of the system and abusing prices. Well, on a typical day, 60 gigabytes per second can happen of DDoS attacks. That's a lot of data, and your server is going down. They also peak a lot at 85 gigabytes per second. Whew! If you know anything about DDoS protection or just the idea of how it works, throwing 85 gigabytes worth of information at a server to overload it and say, what do I do with all this data? And try to calculate it and deal with it. Yeah, that's how they crash. And that is expensive. $5,000, in fact. That's just a rough estimate. And that's lowballing. So, after all this, it's been in place for years and everything's in stone so much. From all the years of coding and learning, people have just found ways to make money and evolve the process and make more efficient servers. So, do you think back in the day we could make 10,000 person servers, let alone 30,000? Hell no. It was all with the development of code and technology and different ways to go about doing things. That involved a lot of money. So, the idea to start backpedaling it now is really backstabbing the community and stopping evolution of ideas. It's a lot easier to get awesome done when you got a bit of money to do it. Sure, all this was made over an illegal EULA. Are you allowed to make a Minecraft server, make money off of it, and sell things from it? No, it's illegal. Lots of companies started out being illegal and then they were later accepted. And in this case, people's jobs are at stake. People who lost relationships, quit their job, quit school to do this and create their own company full-time and hire people. Or server owners are proud when they're able to say, yeah, I pay my staff after all these years of them doing something for free. Mostly because they had to pay for that DDoS protection. So, are they afraid of losing that? Who wouldn't be? Who has time to do all those things that it takes to run a server and a business when you have to figure out a way to pay rent or food? And again, Mojang's upset because of that very few little group of people that are ruining everything and charging outrageous prices and getting it. I am speaking for everybody else in these other servers who work the hard way to get up there and actually make legitimate money and pay people for what they're doing now. These people have been in the community for years and have attended every Minecon. You know, they are the backbone. They've been on panels for Mojang. They've talked about how to run servers and everything else like that. So there you guys go. That's both sides of the story. Overall, does Mojang want you to make money? Yes. But in a legal way, not taking advantage of the system. Is Mojang learning the hard way and backpedaling? Yeah. They gave the community an inch and some people took a mile. Taking advantage of people, money, and kids and overall making Mojang look bad. So the question is, now what way does Mojang still want you to legitimately make money? Hell, they don't even know yet. So that's a reality of it. And I've annotated it right now if they do and the EULA has changed. No? Hasn't changed? Has? Okay. And overall, that's how this was presented, in a bad form of text on Skype, and blew up out of control instead of a nice PR statement that said, hey, listen, we're okay with this, but not this, so let's work together and find a conclusion. So it was just really poorly handled, and I hope this helped you guys. A ton of hours last night I was combing through Minecraft information and Mojang and talking to some Mojang members and people from our community and just really kind of breaking it down of what's happening and what they want to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below about what you guys think we should do. What do you think Mojang should do with working with the community? How do you think we can solve kicking out these bad eggs that are making servers look bad and taking advantage of the EULA, which Mojang has been insanely generous about? And even though the YouTube comment system is a bit broken, voice your comments down there. Tell me about it. That's it for me, guys. I'm Vox. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. Game on!